right now, but can you sum up a night and maybe sum up a little bit of a season as well, please?
Yeah, it's just one of those really tough moments. You can't prepare for it. You're not thinking about it. It's one of the worst feelings in the world to address, your locker room after a game, like this. When it ends, it ends in a thud, and I have just so much incredible respect and love, for everybody in the locker room and what everybody gave to this team, and we had such a memorable season and postseason. It felt like 5 seasons in one. All the different chapters and adversity that this group was able to overcome. It was a really a fun group to be around. It was a hard-edged group, but it's all the qualities that we love, the good, the bad, and everything in between. And it's heartbreaking, when it ends like this. And you certainly have to credit the Boston Celtics organization and their team and their coaching staff. Ime just did a tremendous job, this year, building on what they've done the last 6-7 years. And they've probably done it the way that it's supposed to happen in this league. You build a team and you have frustrating losses. You stay together for, keep your core together, keep your culture together, and then you eventually find a breakthrough. We tip our hats off to them. They are a heck of a basketball team. They really can defend at a high level. They're competitive, and they have 2 guys that are tremendous, but they're role players, really fill in the gaps. They complement each other so well. Smart was terrific tonight. So we tip our hats off to them. This was all about competition, and we faced a team that kind of matches all of the best qualities of what we do. It was fitting that it would probably come down to that last possession. While I continue to ramble, I thought it would have been an incredible storyline, Jimmy to pull up and hit that 3, and I love that about Jimmy. That was the right look, and I just thought, as it was leaving his hand, I thought for sure that was going down. Good, clean look. It's definitely better than anything that we could have designed, and it's just a shame that it didn't end that way. But I can't compliment Boston enough. They've gone through the fire, and they earned that right to go to the finals.
Have you seen the replay yet on the Max Strus overturned 3, and what was your reaction when you found out so far after the fact?
I was in shock. I was asking, Quinny about that. The fact that it happened, 3 to 4, 5 minutes later in game time, that does change the context of how you're playing. We were starting to gain some momentum, and you feel like it's a 7-8 point game, and all of a sudden it's a 13-point game. You're looking up, and there's no explanation for it other than it's gone back to to the league offices. You feel like if it happens like that, it should happen immediately, and then you can adjust accordingly. But look, that's not the reason we lost. We still had plenty of opportunities. We just couldn't get control of the game. A lot of that was Boston. But, we didn't stop grinding, and we gave ourselves a shot at it, at the end. We just couldn't make enough plays during the course of the game. It felt like most of the game we were grinding from an 8 to 10 point deficit.
Jimmy played every second tonight. Was that the plan entering?
It wasn't, but I was going into this by any means necessary. I have so much freaking respect for the guys in the locker room, and Boston was going through their stuff too. This was one of the most admirable, honorable series that I've been a part of, guys that were clearly not anywhere near close to 100% on both sides. You have guys staggering around out there, and then, the loose ball and instincts just take over. It was extremely physical, really hard played, well played at times, and because both teams, are so effective defensively, sometimes it was probably ugly, to the average fan, but to us, it's beauty. But we had to play Jimmy and Bam. We couldn't afford to take them off the court tonight.
And with PJ, you went out early in the third quarter. Was there an injury there that kind of kept him from playing the rest of the night?
Yeah, look, I don't want to speak on behalf of our players, but Tucker is a Miami Heat guy. I would say for the majority of this playoff run, he's just been willing himself to get out there and do what he does best. I marvel. There's probably 5 or 6 times where the trainers told me, I don't think Tuck's going tonight. And I joked about it with you guys all the time. I couldn't ask him how he was doing, and I couldn't ask the trainers in front of him how he was doing. He just has an incredible will inside of him to overcome anything that he may be feeling. I think if this series, could have been at some point where we could have had 2 days in between somewhere, or maybe a couple of those gaps, I think guys could have recovered a little bit more. But both teams were dealing with it, and we were dealing with quite a few things as well. It's not an excuse. We got beat, and I love the fact that our guys were putting themselves out there. Kyle, whatever minutes he played tonight was way more minutes than he should have played. And the same thing for Tyler. Tyler just absolutely made himself available when he really didn't have any practices. And if it was during the regular season, there's no chance he would have played.
Spo, you've coached several historically great players. How would you sum up the series that Jimmy just put together?
Yeah, it's one of the great performances, of an elite competitor. Jimmy has this competitive will that is so unique. That's a talent unto itself. There's a lot of basketball players in this league. Jimmy is a great basketball player. He is a world-class competitor, and he knows how to win basketball games, and that's a talent. And for young players coming into the league, I think that's a missing talent or skill. It becomes about all the other skills, but that's what makes Jimmy so unique as a world-class player. He just knows how to compete to win and to compete to not let you lose. That's an incredible DNA that he has inside of him.
And just to follow up on the Max shot, you guys don't make excuses on the whole, but would you like to see moving forward the league look at the policy where somebody in New York can overturn a play 3-4 minutes after it happened? I'm
sure they're going to look at that, and we'll probably be the case study for it. I'm okay with that if it happens, the way it used to. They would look at it, at the next foul or break and look at it and notice it. But it was probably 10 minutes of real time. Somebody check on that. I'm not crying or whining. Come on, we got beat. This was 2 competitive teams going at it. We had a crack at it at the end, even as uneven as the game seemed. We had a crack at it. Our guys are never going to, not think that we have a chance at it. But that was so unusual, for us to be grinding and starting to get some momentum. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, hey, by the way, take away that 3 and with no explanation. That's just the human side of it. That's not the complaining side of it. Who knows if that would have changed anything anyway.